Okay, um, welcome back to my channel, everybody. Um, if you haven't already, please like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel because it does really help to be able to reach more people and grow our community. Um, Still haven't found the incense holder, so we're just doing what we can with what we've got. Okay, so I just wanted to get this out real quick and tell you a little bit about it. It is a tuning fork. This one particularly, it is actually the only one that I currently own, but it is set to 432 megahertz, which is my understanding is the frequency of truth. Um, Also, if you want to do a little bit of research, I believe music, like the music that they put out for the entertainment industry, things like that, is set to a different hertz. And I think some people believe that it should be changed to 432 hertz because um, for whatever reason, it has like a negative impact at anything else. But, um, you know, do your own research, use your own discernment. I got this for myself when I was in the midst of my healing journey. And I was at a point in time where things were getting very confusing, and I just wanted something to help me like stay grounded um, in truth. So that's why I got this, and I'm going to try to um, get it to resonate to work. But I've never done it on video before, so I don't know how it's gonna show up for you guys. But hopefully, you'll be able to hear it. And you can just tap it on anything hard. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can really only hear it when it's like up to my ears. So I put it up to the microphone. I hope that you all can hear it, but I just don't know how that's gonna go. Anyway, just a little bit of uh, information about my journey to help you along yours, hopefully. Okay, so um, I am kind of in between uh, homes at the moment. Um, So if you would like, please don't feel obligated, but if you are able and willing, I do have a Cash App in the description box. Um, anyway, I because of this, I have my some of my decks. They're kind of packed away. I never really got to pull them out, but I went out and was looking through the boxes um, the other day, and after that starseed reading that I got, it was unexpected. But I do anticipate that that's an energy that might come up again. So I actually got some decks from out there that I think would be more helpful in that type of reading. They are the Super Attractor, the Starseed Oracle, the Sacred Self Care, the Healing Energy Oracle, and Spirit Junkie. So if that energy comes up again in a reading, I think I'll try to stick to these and maybe the Lemurian and maybe a couple others. Um, Now, that being said, I think I will start off with this deck to see where, where we're at and where we're going with this message. And this was right off the bat at the bottom. So I think this is going to be a message about healing. Might use some of these decks over here we just looked at. Healing is what must be done due to lack of protection, prevention, intuition, foresight, or care. This could be, due to your own lack of these things, or or the lack of those around you. Maybe if you had a lot of childhood trauma, the lack of these things in a parent who is supposed to be that protector. All right, so what else do we have here? Just dripping that on the table. That's okay, we'll wash it later. Okay, so silly rabbit and make a plan. Make a plan, silly rabbit. Um, so planning, foresight, rabbit. If you have you ever heard of the rabbit in the moon? Um, the the coloring in the moon, which I believe is from the different depths of the surface, because um, like it's been hit and stuff by like space debris and things like that. Anyway, it seems to form the shape of a rabbit, which is associated, I believe, with spirit. Okay, so maybe before, there was a lack of spiritual protection, a lack of foresight because of a lack of connection to spirit. And now that part's not an issue, right? So now we have the connection to spirit, and now we need to be using that foresight, making plans. Okay, what else? Yes, I'll put this over here. This makes it easier to shuffle the decks. Too many. Hmm. Being touched by God isn't what drove me insane. It healed me. Being touched by the wrong man or people is what drove me crazy. And the best is yet to come. New beginnings now. So, looking back, particularly my spiritual journey, um, began a long, long time ago, really in childhood. Of course, I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, it did. And there were certain points along my spiritual journey where I'm trying to get this candle wax to melt over, spill over, so that candle won't go out. But anyway, um, there were points along my journey where the energy was stronger or more severe things happened. And at some points, they were a little traumatic, especially from like 2020 on. That's really kind of when my spiritual journey ramped up, and I was what I call touched by God. It's kind of like a little bit like an ant and a magnifying glass, okay? Um, and like if you shine that light of the sun through the magnifying glass and you put it directly over the ant and it starts to get hot and it starts to like run around and freak out. That's kind of what happened to me a little bit. And one day I'll go into more depth and detail on that, but basically, like, I thought I was going crazy. The people around me thought I was going crazy. Um, it was just kind of like very sudden. And I think, like a lot of people, I was going through a very difficult time in my life. And apparently, that tends to be a catalyst for awakenings. And you can definitely have more than one spiritual awakening in your lifetime. I'm a testament to that. And part of what I was going through, a lot of the trauma and bad experiences throughout my life were because of abuse, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, by the hands of men, particularly, that should have been there to protect me. And I'm not saying that like my dad molested me or anything like that. Like, that's not my story. And if it is for you, my heart goes out to you. And I do hope that you heal from that difficulty. But a lot of these things, caused me trauma. And when we have trauma, we need to heal from it, right? And sometimes the best way to do that is to make a plan and get, on your spiritual path, or to stay on your spiritual path and allow, spirit to guide you to your best and highest good. And I think that we are very much in a time where we're entering into the age of Aquarius, which is healing, where that is going to be done. It's going to be more easily done. It's going to be more, like, seen as well. Um, I think sometimes we do a lot of healing that we don't even realize we're doing. Sometimes, like when we just take a minute to take care of ourselves. Um, and that, spirit tries to help us see that and do it consciously. So tell me, spirit, what um, what do our collective need to know about this? I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. I cherish every cell in my body. I think the biggest thing, when it comes to this idea of, you know, should have been protected and instead now I have to heal, is forgiveness. Whatever it is, whoever it is that was supposed to protect you and didn't, or, that just hurt you for whatever reason, um, we forgive, not for them, but for ourselves. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me, Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternal. So this is spirit. Spirit sends you signs and symbols if you know what to look for. And it's kind of about like the tuning fork, okay? Like tuning into the frequency of truth. All right? But you're tuning into the frequency of spirit so that you can have a better connection to spirit, and spirit can communicate with you through the signs and symbols. Like, again, like you do healing that you don't realize you're doing, but now we want to do it on purpose. So you may have been doing or seeing things in your everyday life the spirit was trying to use to talk to you, but you didn't notice. But now you're going to take the time to consciously start looking for these things, and then you'll notice them more. And as you do that, you will become more in sync with the frequency of spirit. So, for example, if you look at the clock and you see 414, okay, and you are driving down the road and you see 414 on a mailbox, right? If you see, you're driving down the road and you see a sign that says 414, or somebody's tags on their car says 414. If you keep seeing the same thing, something like that, that's a sign. And and what you need to do at that point is start looking into what is the meaning of 414. And there's so many things it could mean, but I always go to the Bible to see if there's a message there, right? What does 414 have meaning for or do in the Bible? It could be, John chapter 4, verse 14. Who knows? But you take the time to look that up. Or the angel numbers. What is the angel number? What is the meaning of the number 4? What is the meaning of the number 1? What does it mean when they come together? What is the meaning of like the palindrome? Things like that. And it should help you to to get whatever the message is that spirit is trying to give you. And I say, don't try not to just take whatever is given to you and run with it. Only take what resonates. So, like, if you see a certain message or phrase, and something clicks, you know like, then that's your message. Like, you have to have some kind of connection to it. Okay, so positive affirmations. So we're talking about doing things consciously, like intentionally, on purpose. Like planning, right? Make a plan, like foresight, intention, um, prevention and protection, right? Okay, so you want to build your spiritual protection, and these are ways that you can do that. So you can say positive affirmations. You can write them on your body. You can write them on a piece of paper and burn them. Like a burning bowl ritual. Your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your positive affirmations. You can also, as part of the healing process, take all the negative things, that happen to you, that you want to move on from, that you want to heal from, that you want to get over, or the people, write it down, burn it, let it go. And you burn it, and then you rise from the ashes more healed than you were before. Um, do, 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 do. coming out, but I really thought there would be out of this deck. Okay, there's one. Let's see. The void. Stop and embrace winter, the great cosmic womb. You know, the sun, the moon, and the stars, they fill the void of the universe, right? What would the universe be? What would anything be without the sun, the moon, and the stars? It just be nothing. You know, the universe is the sun, the moon, the stars, and the void. But you know, we want to fill the void with positive things. If you have a void in your personal life, a void in your spirit, you know, you may not even realize that you had. You want to fill it with positive things. A lot, I feel, of what the spiritual healing is changing your mindset. It's going from like 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 we automatically, you know, think negative thoughts or tend to lean towards negativity, and turning that around. It's not easy. It's like reprogramming your mind, reprogramming how you think and how you do everything and how you feel about things. And that is the hardest part, you know, but allowing yourself to feel however you feel. But then, you know, consciously making the choice to change that. And messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So I feel like this is just a reading about me, like telling you all about my shit, but maybe that's what spirit wants. So I'm gonna get into it a little bit. You could call me a messenger, okay? And maybe this is something that God wants for you, right? A messenger is someone who, you know, it's like a go-between, right? Like a go-between for God. You know, God gives me a message. I share the message, whatever that message is. And this is one of my tattoos. This is my other tattoo. Now, I told you about my spiritual journey and how it really, I feel, began as a child, but there were things that happened along the way. You know, some things were more prevalent than others and traumatic. And, you know, it's all part of the process, you know, part of the God's plan. And about 12 or 13 years ago, maybe, I went through a very difficult time. Um, as I was going through it, really as I was coming out of it, I wanted to get a tattoo that I felt, you know, represented me and who I am. And, you know, just something meaningful, because I don't put shit on my body permanently if it's not meaningful in some way. And so to me, I know you can't tell because it looks like a dragonfly. I'm gonna get that fixed one day. But Adonada is the Cherokee word for soul. Um, I don't know why it, you know, that's what I chose. That's what I was led to. And really it was led to, you know, I was led. And to put it on my wrist like that, again, it's what I was led to do. Okay. And so this is supposed to be a dragonfly. That's my thing. That's like my spirit animal. I'm a dragonfly. Okay. um, I am the soul of a dragonfly, an ancient. You can look into it if you want to. I'm not going to go too far into that, but basically, it means soul. And then many years later, um, I had, I think, the biggest turning point in my spiritual journey back in like 2020, when I was touched by God. And I had been wanting to get another tattoo. I had been, before the touched by God part, I've been thinking I want to get another tattoo. I don't, and what would I get? Um, and so I had decided that I wanted to get um, angel in Celtic, which is Angel, and this symbol, which can mean a lot of different things, but to me, it's like an angel. It's like an angel with its wings spread out. But it means a lot of different things, actually, even in Celtic. But I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know all of that when I decided that this is what I wanted to get. Okay. To me, it was just like a cross, like an angel and a cross. And once I got touched by God, I felt very driven, like I had to get this tattoo, and and I did, even though it really upset some people in my life, but I did, and where I did, and so these are a symbol. Okay, it's a symbol of my willingness to follow God, to follow spirit, to do what is in my heart, what resonates with me and my spirit, and not what other people tell me. To, it's a symbol of my faith. It's it's a symbol of Christ, you know, Christ consciousness. Um, you know, being nailed to the cross in uh, in the wrists. Um, all of these things, have symbolism and meaning, and some of them I didn't even realize at the time. It's just what was in my heart to do. And looking back, I saw all of these symbols. And basically, what it means is like I'm a soul angel, or I have the angel, the soul of an angel. Like, and it's not me trying to say, oh, I'm better than everybody, I'm an angel. It's just, it's the message that God gave me, and I put it on my body because, like, God wanted me to remember. God wanted me to look down and see this now and forever, and to never forget. And what is an angel? It's a messenger of God. So I know that I am on my right path and fulfilling, my plan and Spirit's plan and God's plan for me by delivering these messages to you. And in doing so, I raise my own vibration and I help you raise yours. And then you will hopefully turn around and be a messenger to someone else. And it will help you to raise your vibration and help them to raise theirs. And this is the plan. This is God's plan on how we heal the world through faith over fear, through love and healing, through forgiveness, through positive attitude, through taking care of yourself. through connecting with spirit, and in actuality, in doing so, connecting with one another, right? Because we are all spirit. Okay. And there we go on the floor again. Judgment. You know, you need to be able to call judgment on yourself before you can call judgment on anybody else. You need to be able to look at yourself first and see what it is that maybe you need to do in order to heal. Because just because somebody did something to you that you need to heal from, you know, that healing is on you. Are you doing that healing, or are you allowing yourself to continue to be victimized by being a victim, right? Or do you want to rise above that victim status and heal yourself and then go out and help others do the same? School. You just got school. But it is a learning process, you know? But you got to take the first steps. Sorry. Right? Like, it's like, oh, you thought you were done with school when you graduated? No, sorry, no. We are all eternal students of the school of life. Oh, itchy. That's personal. That's Spirit's nickname for me. They call me Itchy. I'm telling you people way too much about my life. No, no, but that is a sacrifice that I make willingly. Oh, ask yourself. Yes. Ask yourself. Oh, sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to look like a fool? Are you willing to let people think that you're crazy? Are you willing to sacrifice your, I can't even think of the word right now. Privacy. Thank you. Privacy. Are you willing to sacrifice your privacy? Like, I actually like my privacy, but being on YouTube and giving these messages very much violates that privacy. But again, it is a sacrifice that I make and am willing to make to do the job that God has given me. Okay. So, right. Okay. So, ask yourself, sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice, right? Are you willing to cut past friends who maybe, or, other dream snatchers in your life, um, for the good, for the greater good, for the good thing, to do the good thing, right? The thing that's good for you. That may be something that you're asked to do, um, for yourself and the greater good, because maybe You know, you can't move forward on your journey unless you cut out past things. Are you willing to sacrifice, you know, to get to that best and highest timeline? Okay. So one of the things that you may need to let go is a King of Wands in reverse, fire sign. Um, you know, in the upright, they're a natural leader. But in the reverse, it could be a cheating spouse. It could be, you know, a liar, a manipulator, um, a player, and Four of Pentacles reverse, right? So in the upright, it's miserly, it's withholding, it's wealth, but in the reverse, right? Okay, so maybe you've been holding on, something you've been holding on to, that you need to let go. Maybe past friends or other dream snatchers, like a King of Wands in reverse. Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So, like, maybe you need to let go of the people and the things in your life that bring you bad news in order to make room for the messengers that bring you good news. Um, let's see. So Seven of Wands is about protection, peace, protecting your peace, protecting yourself, protecting your spirit, protecting your spirituality, you know, and the Tower. So, you know, it's like, I don't want to say it like that because it makes it seem almost like it's a threat, but it's like, it's a tower. It's like, if you don't do this on your own, if you don't do this willingly, Spirit's going to do it for you because God has a plan for you. And, you know, if you can't remove these people, then God's going to find a way to do it for you, to put you on your path for your best and highest good, because God loves you. If you don't love yourself enough to do it, God loves you enough to do it for you. That's the message. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure who particularly this message is for. Hopefully, if you watched it and it resonated, then you know that it's for you, right? And I hope that it has helped you in some way. And I hope that if nothing else, it has entertained you for a moment in time. And I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe and come back to the channel and see what other messages Spirit has for us. Thanks so much, guys.